All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for coming tonight, this Wednesday night, to the Team Play Hard, Team Fit Finances, Power Crew, Collaborative Team Call. We thank you so much for hopping on. We have a special guest tonight. Katie is one of my coaches. And by the way, if any of you guys feel like you have a best practice or something that is really strong in your wheelhouse that and you feel like presenting it to the teams, like talk to your upline about it, because I think it's great for you guys to hear from one another, not just Holly, Cam, and myself. So you guys all know Jake did a team call for us not too long ago, and that was awesome. I'll try to get him to do another one here soon. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for hopping on. So let me just tell you guys a little bit about Katie. She's been with me for quite some time. She is a coach's dream come true. She is, I feel guilty for having her. She is like an upline's dream because she works incredibly hard. She's very independent, so she's not someone who's needy. In fact, I often feel like guilty, like she just kind of does everything by herself. Like I've never helped her. Like I can take no credit for her success because she's just that kind of a go-getter. And what's cool is she runs her business so differently than I do, and she runs her business so differently than anyone else on my team. She's doing this whole thing her way, and I have mad respect for her. So I'm excited to learn. I'm telling you, like, I'm here to learn tonight. Like, I'm here to learn because she does things that I want to be doing, that she's going to talk to us about. She is on Team Play Hard on my team. She has been for the last 2 weeks in a row our team's top volume producer, because we track volume. She's our team's top volume producer. You can find a gorgeous Instagram account at Katie, Katie _ Brushett, Brushett. I'll put that in the chat in a second. You can find a really beautiful Instagram account of hers there to follow. And she's also part of, and I hope, Katie, you will give us a little bit about, I hope you have time to talk about Mob tonight. She's part of an organization that she pays to be a part of and invests a lot of time, but it feeds her business, so she gets back tenfold. It's called Mom-Owned Business, Mob. It's very similar to, what's it called? BNI Group. So I know we're all over the country, but you guys have something like this in your area. So I hope she touches on that too. But that's a little bit about her. Also, really quickly, October 22nd, the Shift Shop Proving Grounds, where Cam is featured, that gets released. So it would be really cool if we all not only why not support Cam and rock her program that she's in. So Super Saturday is October, that same time, October 21st. 20th, 21st. Let's see. The Pumpkin Spice Shakeology is the 14 packets. They drop on Monday. And Cam is just coming on a little bit late. Please note that Cam is 5 minutes tardy. Cam, I don't see that your camera is on, but I did just, are you turning your camera on? Did we lose her? We might have lost her. Cam, I just finished pitching Proven Grounds, telling everyone that they needed to do it on October 22nd and support you. Do you have anything to say about Proven Grounds before we turn it away?
First of all, my husband isn't home yet, so I know some of the moms on the call get that life, so I had to put the baby to bed. So that was mainly just to say I'm sorry for being tardy. This does mean a lot to me, so here I am. I actually think that there's a lot that everybody needs to know about Proving Grounds, and it probably is like its own team call, and I'll expand on it next week a little bit more. What I need you guys to know, though, I do have the inside scoop. So on October 1st, they're going to launch the Fit Commercial, which is that free workout that stands in front of the paid bod wall, just like Lift 4. So there is, it's a combination of cardio and strength. It's kind of like the best of the Shift Shop all put together in a short little 20-minute workout. And I'm just going to say it, it's not too intense. I think Shift Shop itself is a pretty intense program, but the Fit Commercial was meant to show that this program is about the mind, and it's actually just meant to get people to fall in love with Chris, basically. He does a really good job at selling the program. I don't know how else to say it, but he's just amazing on camera. And for me, and I'm sure Ellen could agree, being in front of the camera, it kind of like is a whole different element. But as I saw Chris perform, it was just like his natural, happy place. He was just in the zone. So the Fit Commercial is amazing. So that will launch October 1st. We are hoping that there's going to be 2 other workouts that launch October 1st, which will be like the quick speed and the quick strength, which are about like 10 to 15 minute workouts. And those are meant to be for prep week. So we kind of like have like a baby launch going on before the Proving Grounds happens. So what I want you guys to know, and what I'm going to do with my team, and I'm kind of like already alluding to it, if you're planning on the Shift Shop, I think October 1st is a great date to start the Shift Shop program from where, like the very beginning. And then on October 22nd, that gives you 3 weeks because the Shift Shop is a 3-week program. And then on October 22nd, you add in the Proving Grounds workouts. What you need to know is that I did not film a whole program. It's only 2 workouts. So the Shift Shop schedule is going to stay the same. It's going to say week 1, speed 25, strength 25, speed 25, strength 25, Proving Grounds speed, Proving Grounds strength. If you weren't following me, that went Monday through Saturday. Friday is always going to be Proving Grounds speed, and Saturday is always going to be Proving Grounds strength. And it's a workout that's competitive, meaning you have to track your reps and write them down. So each week, you're going to prove it to yourself that you improved during the week. So when you do it on week 2, after you do the 35 series, you're going to go back to your timesheets and you're going to mark your reps, mark your time, and you're going to see if you got better from week 1. And then you're going to do the same thing for week 3. I hope that clears up some questions, but the hard launch is going to be October 22nd. Fit Commercial comes out October 1st, which in my mind means people need to get ready for the Shift Shop. So it's a great time to start Shift Shop challenge groups from the original schedule on October 1. Lead them into the Proving Grounds on October 22nd as you get past that 3rd week. Would be happy to answer any of the questions. And I want you guys to know, Tulin and I became really good friends. I mean, we were just texting the other day and she's asking me, what we're going to do, and meaning we're like her team, my team. So she's going to be in our groups. I'm going to pop in her group. So Ellen, Holly, your teams are more than welcome. We can do like a whole big Proving Grounds groups so you guys get to experience a lot more of the cast. I mean, because that's kind of what it's all about. If I can leverage anything to help you guys with this, absolutely, let's do it.
I would love to do that. In fact, my current challenge group was talking about doing a 21-day program in October. So it's perfect. But listen, I think this should be a team call in and of itself on its own right. And maybe we can give some structure to what you're talking about and collaborate on a challenge group. And by collaborate, just let us come in on your skirt tails.
Oh, for sure. But yeah. And just let Tulin talk a little bit. And then I'll talk.
We would love to do that. Let's give that another team call or something else. And let's go ahead and throw to Katie, because Katie, take all the time you need. Take all the time you need. Sorry that we both like punched in on 10 minutes of your call. Cam, thank you so much. Katie, take it away. Top volume earner on Team Play Hard.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Hi guys, I'm Katie. Ellen, Cam, Holly, thank you for having me. My first big team call, so I'm excited. I've been a coach for, I think it was 2 years in June, but before that, I met Ellen when she certified me to teach Insanity. And a quick backstory, just so you know me a little bit, I chose to do that after I had my youngest daughter, Stella, who's now 4, and I almost didn't make it. I lost all my blood, and the doctor said the reason that I survived was because I was in great shape. And so after that, I wanted to make fitness a bigger part of my life. I already enjoyed working out, but that's kind of how I got into what we all do now. So we're going to talk MailChimp and newsletters. There's a bunch of different avenues that you can use. I use MailChimp because I think it's easy and it's free. So if you get into MailChimp and you're like, Katie, you're crazy, I don't get this, there's a bunch that you can use. But today we're going to talk about MailChimp newsletters. So Does anyone do a newsletter right now? Anybody? Jake, you do one? So I can see. Cool. So Jake, chime in when you want because you'll probably have great insight too. So newsletters are great for a few different reasons. It helps build your relationships with your customers and clients in a different way. So they see us a lot, on Instagram or Facebook in our groups. But I think we all have customers who we've never ever met. There's, if you hit Success Club, you get customers given to you, and we've all been there when you email them and then it's ghost town and you never hear from them, which is totally fine. But in a newsletter, if you're sending one out monthly or, however often you're doing it, they're seeing your name, they're getting to know you a little bit. So building those relationships is huge. Your email list is yours. So it's not Facebook's, it's not Instagram's, it's nobody else's. That's something that you own, that if, for some reason all of a sudden Facebook disappeared and everyone had a panic attack, you would still have your email list, right? You still have a way to talk to all your customers, which is great. Like I talked about, it's free. That's a bonus. There's a lot of, you can spend money and get all the cool things. I taught my kids would make an appearance, so not sorry, because they're my kids. So it's an easy way to recognize some of your challengers. And some of my newsletters, like after we did 80-day, me and some of the local girls, we went out for drinks afterwards, and of course we took pictures. And so in one of my newsletters, I put that picture in, and it was like a yay us, we're awesome, we did this. So you can recognize your challengers or clients. You can do it ahead of time, so you can plan out a couple months if that's how your brain works, and think about what promos are coming or whatever, but you can plan some ahead of time and have have the shelves done, right? So you're not scrambling last minute like I normally am, but whatever, it's, as long as you get it done, it's cool. And one of my favorite parts is you get to look at your analytics, right? So you can look at all the newsletters that you've sent, and you can see the percentage of people who open them. If you have links in there, the percentage of people who are clicking your links, things like that. So it's really good. That way you can see what works, what doesn't work, and kind of tailor your future newsletters to that. Those are some of the benefits. Let's get into MailChimp. So if you can, I want you to go to MailChimp.com, and I'm going to share my screen, and someone yell at me if it doesn't work, because I've never done this.
It's working.
Okay, thanks. I was like, okay, so MailChimp.com. So if you made an account, perfect, log in. So here is your home page. For me, these campaigns up here, these are all the past ones I've done. And I'll just take you through, I'll show you mine, and then I'll show you how to create one from scratch too. So if you click on campaigns, and you can do a bunch of things, and I was actually messing around right before this, and I did something I hadn't done, which I won't get into yet, but it's called a landing page. So I don't know if we're friends on Facebook, you might have seen it, where I was like, hey, I created a 7-day quick at-home workout, like if you're busy type of thing, and you make this landing page, and so people they have to put their email address in there to get your freebie, and then you're getting email addresses. But here is, I'll click on my August one. Maybe. And I, by no means, am perfect. Like you're always learning, you're always getting better. But what to put in them. So if you have a logo, I don't yet, but I just kind of came up with this. My team name is Healthy Loves Company. So you can use Canva or whatever you want to use to make a little thing to put up there, and just have it the same every time. And this is when we were going to do the ultimate reset, right? So that was my big thing, and I kind of always say, hey, Fit Fan is like my intro, So I don't know if you can see that writing, but it's just talking about the ultimate reset. Also, I like to put something personal in there. Like, this is a chance for you to have them get to know who you are, right? That's the goal, is you want them to know you and trust you. So we had just gone on this great vacation to the Dominican Republic. So I put a picture of me and my husband in here, and what did I say? Oh, talked about, you know, camping, barbecues, ton of fun, which kind of leads into like, oh crap, I just had way too much fun. I should scale back down and ultimate reset. Here we go. And then I also always put a recipe in there. So this is one of my pictures, not the best, but you can, I would always use one of your pictures, not use stock photos, because you can tell. And if it's your picture, it's again a little bit more personal. So it can be anything from like when you've been cooking dinner or whatever. It doesn't have to be a recipe that's like a 21-day fix recipe. I mean, it can be, but I just like to, it's giving them a little something, right? In here, oh, I think that was the video for the ultimate reset that I put in here. But then if we go back, oh, it's right here, view report. So in here you can see, so like open rate, 25.5% open rate. And then if like I said, if there was more things, you can do links and all that stuff, bounce, that means it bounced from 2 people's emails. In this, so in MailChimp, people can unsubscribe. So, and they should be able to, right? We don't want to send people an email that they don't want to get. So just know that that's an option. They can ignore your emails, which is fine. So things that I would put in, then like I said, I always put a recipe because we're all about healthy lifestyle. Promos. So, you know, in our news that we get in your coach office, look at the news, read the emails and see what's coming up, because those can be great things to add into your newsletter. Again, an update on yourself, something personal. And then I know Jen Elliott did a talk, I don't know how long ago that was, but she talked about links, right? It was Linktree, it was Amazon. You can put in your Amazon affiliate links into your newsletter, and then you're kind of, you know, double dipping a little bit, because, you know, you would make money if someone is clicking on your link, like, hey, this is my favorite coconut oil that I use every day on my skin and I love it. And then that's your affiliate link. And of course you have to put in there that it is an affiliate link, but that's just another idea of what you could put in there. With MailChimp, you can get a link, and let me see if I remember how to do it. If you have a fan page on Facebook, you can get a link, and maybe I can show you where mine is real quick. That way people can just sign up for your emails on their own. Oh, right here, email sign up. So if someone was to click on this, that would take them to my MailChimp and add them to my list for me. So I don't have to do anything for that. It's just there all the time, which is nice. So let's show you how to create one. So up at the top, this create button, and it's pretty self-explanatory. So here's all the different things you can do. An email, which is what I mostly use it for. What I did earlier was this landing page, but let's do email. Campaign name, say September newsletter. Okay, so we're not going to worry about the to yet, or the from, really. So let's dig right into content, so design email. And you can make it really personal, like your preferences, right? So what do you want to do? Is it like a quick, like before we did lift 4, I did a really short, quick one that was like, hey, by the way, we're doing this. This is what it's about. It wasn't my monthly one, but it was a short little thing. So you can see in here all the different options. So you could choose whatever you want. Say we'll go this one. And over here is like all the different ways you can have it set up, your text, your pictures, whatever. So logo, when you hover over it, this little button right here is your edit block, right? And you can delete these whole blocks. I could delete this whole thing, put it back. But when you click the edit button, it takes it over here to your right. And this is where you would upload your thing. So if I wanted to edit this little block, time to design your email. So you could, you know, do whatever you want, talk about lift for, talk, anything that you want to talk about. And you can, like I said, change the way it's set up. We have tears in my house. So you can really make it whatever you want to make it. One little tip, so if we go back, what do I hide? Oh, save and close. And you can do a little research on this, but your subject lines can make a big impact. So if you add a subject, one thing that one of my friends down here who owns her own like web design marketing company, she said if you have the word video in your subject line, there's like a drastic difference in the amount of people who open your email. So even just having that word video, like people want to watch videos. That's just the thing. So, I think when I did my Lift 4 email, I did this, and then here I put video. So they know, like, oops, that's money. They know I'm going to talk about this thing called Lift 4, but then they're going to get to see a video about it. So it's not just going to be listening or, reading my words. It's going to actually be seeing something. You go through all this. So when you get to hear this to add recipients, right now I have my list already, right? I've uploaded my list. So let me see if I can get back to, do you guys all know how to, in your coach office, hey, go somewhere else. Go to, if you're in your coach office, to export your customer list. Has anyone done that before? So if you go to your customer list, there's an export option, and you can export it so it goes into an Excel spreadsheet. So let's see, it's been a while since I did this. Okay, list, create list. And then you can, so like here's my add subscriber. Oh, you can add people one by one, but there is a way. Here's my, well, cancel that. Oh, create list. Okay. So here you would name it. Go. Save. Let's see if I need to go through all this stuff. When you're done with this, it's going to give you the option to import a list, and that's where you're going to take your customer list and import it here. All these red marks. And if you guys have questions, please let me know. Hey, go play. Right now, as I said. Yeah, how many times do you say that as a mom? Because I said so. Go away. Import contacts right here. Okay, so when you get your list from your office, your coach office, usually you can save it as the CSV, or there's an option, there's like, it should be a drop down, right? You can do it XLS or whatever you want to, and it just takes you through that. So it's pretty simple. And then you have your list, and you can, what I've done so far is I put all my new emails that I get just onto that list that says Beachbody Challengers, and I should go in and update it. But that's my, so 29.9% open, 1.3% clicks, 101 people on it. So, I mean, it's better to have a small list like mine than not have one. You just want to start somewhere and go forward. Let me stop sharing. Okay, so I feel like I went really fast, but that is the gist. It's really simple. I would suggest just getting in there and playing around with it. It's so helpful. So I do it like if I'm going to run a free group, just anything you want people to know about. Every month, do it. You don't always have to be selling something. It can just be, it's your chance to give back to your people. These people are your customers. They've probably spent money with you. So it's, it's not always about how much you made. It's about giving them stuff back as well. And then, like I said, today I, for the first time, created a landing page. And so I just did that free 7-day workout. And I took back, like I used to coach cheer and we would do short little workouts. And so I took one of those and, you know, did one every day and made a little, I used Word. Oh, I think I have it right here. Super simple. Oh, we're not sharing screens. You can't see it. Hold on. Let's do this again. There. So it's super simple, right? 7 days, quick workout. I put my email address on there, Monday through Sunday. I like to go 5, 10, 15, 20. I feel like it feels easier for a lot of people, or just numbers like that, right? Like 5 of this, 5 of that, 5 of that, whatever it is. So that's what I'm going to send people when they, I think I've had, how many people, I don't remember how many people have looked at that yet, but it's an easy thing. It took me 10 minutes, being interrupted 5 times. So it was not a big deal. Yeah, are there questions about MailChimp?
I want to jump in real quick. First of all, I wanted to say that you guys, I'm sure Holly, who's on the call, we can't see her video, but I know she's on. I know Holly, I know Christine Dwyer, I know Shalene Johnson. They say what Katie said in the beginning of this call, we have to grab emails, that running a business entirely on social media is not actually really running a business. And so I think that I love this team call. I love that we're bringing a practical how to do that to us. And admittedly, I need to do it as well. I don't know if Holly wanted to chime in, or Jake, since Jake also does that. I had a couple questions too, like how much per, you kind of kick out one a month, maybe more. Like I want to know how long you spend on this, like how long a month do you invest into this? And is this content something you could totally repurpose in a blog? Is another question I have. And I guess those are my first 2 questions.
Yeah, so how much time? I am usually the worst when it comes to procrastinating. So I'm like, oh crap, like I haven't set mine for September. What is it, the 12th? Like, but I'm gonna do it. So it's fun. You know, in my mind, as long as I do it, it's better than not doing it, right? And September 12th, oh well. I have looked at plenty of emails that were sent from the first and short. So the amount of time, you can honestly do one. It can take you 5-10 minutes. I mean, think of a recipe that you have. How many pictures of your food have you taken? Pretty pictures. And Ellen, I'm sure you have a bajillion, right? Grab one of the recipes, grab your picture and throw it in there. It might take you a second to upload, like the first time when you have to export your customer list and import it into MailChimp, that might take a minute. And also figuring out what layout you want to use. And I don't waver from it. I chose one, and like maybe someday in the future I'll be like, okay, I'll mix it up. But for me, I just keep it simple. Your personal little, hey, you know, team or whatever, whoever you're talking to, that first little paragraph that I do might take you 2-3 minutes. It's just whatever Beachbody tells us what is going to be on sale. And that's usually what I use, just because people love a good deal. Uh-oh. And my internet connection is unstable. Hopefully I don't lose you.
We hear you.
Okay. So like I said, Beachbody gives you, they make it easy for us. They tell us what's on sale. They tell us what's coming up for the whole month. And like Ellen puts it in the first little pinned post of the things that are happening in that month. So use that information. And then, yes, put it in your blog and put it in your Pinterest so other people can pin it. And it goes to your blog so you can, you know, get more stuff that way. I feel like I was going to say something else about Beachbody's emails, but oh, side note, those little emails that they send us that says, like I just got one the other day and it said 2 of my customers, their bod was coming up for renewal. Send those people emails. Like I have one just in my sent box that says, hey, I just noticed this. You know, you can save, because it's usually the ones, or I notice the ones that are quarterly, or is it every 6 months? They can save money if they just go annual, and they keep renewing. So really it's just to their benefit. And then I always in there also put that if they need help choosing a program, that reach out and I'm happy to help them choose, because I know there's a lot of options on BOD. Yeah.
Brittany has a comment.
No.
Love this. I feel like it's an extra way to boost my webpage, YouTube, and also give quick information to people who've already invested in me previously. I'm trying to learn how to build my email list and providing value before I get customers. Yeah, I agree, Brittany. Is such good content. And I just feel like it's the next level up. I mean, for me, honestly, I've been procrastinating. I've known I need to do this for so long. I just think a newsletter is professional. It's professional.
And you can use it in lots of different places. Put it in find a way to put it in your Instagram by having a nice fun graph in your blog and on your Facebook page. You can reuse the same thing a ton of times because not everyone sees the same thing. You could post the same thing 6 times and someone's still not going to see it. So mob, I know Ellen wanted me to talk about that. I don't know if anyone, if we have questions, I can totally answer them after. But so like she said, I'm a part of this group. It's called Mom Owned Business. So it's all moms who also own businesses. It started in Portland and is now nationwide. So Eugene, where I live, we were the first chapter outside of Portland. It's all about support, education, and networking. So we have meetups in Eugene. We do it twice a month. Most places are just once a month. And you get together and you visit and you network. We talk about, we have different speakers every time on different topics that might benefit us as business owners and or moms, which is nice. And we are very open. We always say you can come with fit up on your shirt, or you can come in a suit or your prom dress or whatever you want to wear. And we will, welcome you with open arms. So it's just a really fun place. And there's so many different businesses, and there's the Alliance, which is a paid membership, and so it's $49 a month, and there's a million benefits to it. There's so much education, which is great, not only at the meetup, but online. It's a Facebook group and website, and so there's webinars like this. There's you get discounts on other people's business, and you just want to support the other women who are in this group, because I would rather go to a coffee shop owned by this woman who I know is a mom and she's doing this for a living and to support her family versus Starbucks. And I love Starbucks. I haven't had coffee in 3 days because I'm on the ultimate reset. So sorry for the coffee talk. But yeah, it's an awesome group. It's definitely worth it to network and get your stuff out there. They boost all my stuff, all my business posts and my groups. I have so many of them that are now customers and my biggest fans, and tag me in things that they see other people, needing help with a workout or looking for a different protein shake or whatever it may be. So it's really nice to have other people in your corner that want the things that you want for yourself just as much as you want them. It's a really special thing, and they're all over the nation. That's nice. So yeah. If you're a mom somewhere, let me know, because we're opening chapters everywhere, and they're all over. It's themobnation.com.
Yeah, so I've been, because she had me guest speak at one of them, and so basically, you guys, and there's also BNI. Like there's another type of there's a couple of entities out there like this one, because like Jake couldn't be in a mom-owned business. He maybe could be a dog mom, I don't know, but he's really just a dog dad. Okay, but listen, this is kind of like when I went. So basically, imagine there's 40 people that go, and let's say Liz becomes part of one, and Liz. So there's 40 people, and they all rep something different. Someone sells healthy, natural toothpaste. Someone else sells, is a pet dog walker. Someone else is a wedding photographer. Someone else, I don't know. There's all kinds of business. Like someone else is a dentist. There's all these businesses, and they all promote everyone. They all promote so that in all 40 people's lives, all 40 people's network. So you have, like Liz has one network of people. But now she'll have 40 network. She'll have 40 times her network. Strangers, people she would never know, because she has her network. And then when people come and say, oh, I really need to get in shape, I really need to lose weight, I'm really frustrated with how much weight I've gained, they're like, oh, well, there's this this woman I know, Liz, who's in my mob, and she helps people all the time with health and fitness. You've got to contact her. I'm going to connect you guys on Facebook right now. It's just like, it's amazing. So one of my other coaches, top Star Diamond coaches on my team, Kara, is part of BNI. It's the same thing. And she pays a few $100s a year to be part of it and gets that back like tenfold. So it's like getting other networks networking for you. Something to think about.
Oh yeah, Sherry, there's one in Vancouver for sure, a giant one actually.
One of my other coaches does one in Salem, Kristen.
Oh yeah.
Questions, you guys? Questions for Katie?
Cool. Well, thanks for having me.
I'd love to say something, if that's okay with you guys. This is Holly.
Please.
I think this is, she just quickly said you can look at analytics. But I gotta say that's probably one of my favorite things. I use Constant Contact. It's not free. Okay. But I've been with it for years and years. What I love about that is you get to see who opened your email. And so once you send out an email to, 100, 200, 300, 500, whatever people, but when you can actually click on that and say, okay, well, there's my 20%. And then when I see who opened my email, then I personally reach out to each and every one of them as like extending more of an invitation. So like, especially if I'm doing like a challenge group or something like that, that has really been powerful. And so, because they're like, oh, you can tell like when you're scanning emails, if they stop and they take the time to open it, I mean, sometimes it's not like a true open, maybe they didn't read it, but that is it's invaluable. So that's usually where, you get the conversation started, whereas somebody might not reply to you. They might not act on the email, but if you reach out to them and you know that they opened it, then it's super, super powerful.
Thank you, Holly.
I just hope that made sense. Was I rambling?
No, it totally makes sense. I actually just wanted to I'm so interested in this topic. Do you think Constant Contact is user-friendly like MailChimp? Like that looked very drag and drop and like right up my alley. Is Constant Contact, do you feel like you love them?
No. That looks way easier, to be honest with you.
And I think it's free.
So I highly encourage MailChimp.
I think MailChimp is free, isn't it, Katie?
There's an option to upgrade. So there is a paid, I don't know what it looks like, but it might have some options like that.
You guys look at Katie. She's totally representing the mom-owned business right now. Like this is how we get to run our businesses, and I love it. I love it. It's like Holly doing the business presentation from in front of the tree. She's like, and tonight I'm going to be in my backyard. Awesome. There was something in the comments. Katie, did you see that? Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
So outside of your customer list, how have you grown your email list? Just asking others to conversation. So honestly, not very well. And it's one of the reasons I did that landing page right before this, because I need to get better. So the landing page is a great way, but you need to have something to give back, or you should have something to give back. So you need to have something that they are going to want, whether it's like my, 5 tips to make it through your weekend in a healthy way. We're losing it over here. But yes, landing page will for sure, because it's a give and take. They are going to give you something because you're giving them something. That makes sense. So I need to get better at that. Okay, we're
All right, you guys. Well, I think that is a wrap. If you came in late, you might want to just catch the first few minutes of this call where I introduce Katie, kind of tell you a little bit about why she's so special, and kind of her accolades on our team. And then also Cam jumped in and talked about some specifics on the proving ground and really encouraged us to potentially start the shift shop on October 1st. She even said, and feel free to just take this away, Cam. Cam, you take this away. October 1st, what do you want us to do?
October 1st, we're all going to join together. And next week's team call, just come back here on Wednesday, 6 p.m. PST, 9 EST, and I will give you guys way more deets about the Proving Grounds. We're going to talk way more about it next week. It'll be a great time, a great preview to get into it then. But I do think that we'll start a group on October 1st. And so if you want to start marketing and planning, I actually have another call topic that Ellen and Holly, this might be a surprise to you guys, but I'd really like to try a flash sale type of thing that some of those other coaches have been doing, and I think we can pull it off. And I'm just going to ask who wants in and who doesn't. I have a couple coaches that have reached out to me. They're really interested in it, so I know my team is definitely interested. And I think I'm going to talk a little bit about what the coaches in the network are doing for a quote-unquote flash sale and how it's been successful for some top leaders and them driving their volume and helping some people on their team that kind of just need to build some momentum. So I have a couple of things up my sleeve for next week. So all in all, just join in on the call. Katie, you were amazing. And I don't know, you probably are like, oh, I'm going to mute myself because my kids. I think it's awesome because it truly is the nature of our business. That's how my business got off the ground, with my baby on my hip as well. So I think it's great. Thank you so much for sharing all your insight. I mean, and cats too. Why not?
I totally agree. And closing thought, what was also so awesome about Katie's call, well, first of all, she did an amazing job, but you guys, that was her first time ever leading a team call. And, we're kind of a big deal. There's 3 big teams coming together. That's what could be intimidating. It was for her first time. And I loved it. She provided such great value and content for all of us. But I hope that inspires you guys to just step up and lead. And if you have like I said, if you have a best practice that you think is a value, reach out to Cam, Holly, and I, and we'll let you if you have some value to provide and you can pitch it to us and sell it to us, we'll absolutely help you level up as a leader and give you the opportunity to have a platform like this to practice your speaking and your presenting. So it was an awesome call. Thank you guys all for your attendance. Cam, I can't wait to hear what the flash sale is and to learn more about that. So you guys make sure you're here next week. And thank you. Have an awesome rest of your evening.